Today I'm going to show you how to paint a cherry blossoming tree. Hi friends, I'm Olga Koelsch, watercolor artist, teacher and a book author. Welcome to my studio. I will use a reference from our city, Bergen. We have cherry tree blossoming in the beginning of May and all the city looks like a fairy tale. I will map out how the tree altogether will be placed on my paper. There will be some mountains on the background and the sky and some water and nothing else. And now let's paint. Firstly, I will glaze the page with clean water. The sky is very cloudy, which is also very typical for us here in Norway, especially in Bergen, one of the rainiest cities. So I will add grayish mix from, difficult to say what was there here before. So about this, mountains a little bit greener. I'm just basically playing around with what I have, and I can guess that it is turquoise and neutral tint around. So here will be a mountain. There is also a lake, which will be also grayish, greenish, very, very light. Even more grayish. I want to make it very neutral. With my damp brush, go around and remove some of the paints, lighten them up, can correct the mountain shape. It's all not that important. I would like to make this front grass pretty bright yellow, sap green. If you have sap green, would be great. If you don't, just mix viridian with yellows, very bright light yellowish green. Yellow, even if it is very light color, it has an ability to push a little bit aside other paints. So that's what we can observe now. I want to organize my brush strokes more slightly diagonal way, add a little bit more darker part to the bottom, and I just let everything flow by itself. I will prepare permanent rose for painting the tree itself. Any pink will be great. Green acridone rose. Firstly, I start very light. I dilute a lot my pink and I start to cover the tree in very soft brush stroke. I, so to say, dancing with my brush around. Sometimes it's a little bit brighter, sometimes it's a little bit darker, something like this. I can leave a little bit of white areas so we can see through the sky. Now comes the interesting part, because now we get into the border where our initial layer with mountain and sky is getting a little bit dry, and therefore it can create this certain texture, blooms. But I suggest we would not afraid of that, and even we will make it a little bit different. Let's paint a little bit more in the areas on the sky and on the mountain area. And then I will take my salt and I will salt the area of the blossom tree around. I'm not doing that inside the tree, just on this border where the tree touches the sky. And while salt does a job, I switch to my smaller brush and I will make it darker. I will also take alizarin crimson. And with the tip of the brush, I start with a creamy mix. I add more and more drops of shadow. In some areas, mostly in the bottom. I almost do not have water in my brush. That's why you probably see the brush strokes don't flow away. Everything keeps as it was, where it belongs. Let's add a little bit more intensity. So I basically just use my paints from pens without washing my brush. Don't wash my brush. I can add some ideas of the branches already. And more and more and more dark. At some point you will come to realizing that you can't paint darker. Your pink at least can't make it more dark. Then it's time to mix it with, for example, sepia. I have very beautiful sepia right here. It will help me to add even more of darker spots. I already can start to paint the tree trunk. I have sepia. I want to add something greenish into it. Meridian. I will use my side of the brush, mostly dry brush strokes, like this. So I will try to make the trunk disappear and, so to say, grass, like this. And of course I can make it very dark underneath the flowers. And then with the tip of the brush, I try to hold my brush very freely because I don't care so much how it all goes. I'm adding some branches. I have a mix of everything, sepia, a little bit of viridian here. Remember, the bottom branches, they're very bold, big, so don't be afraid. Can hardly see the branches, therefore just a couple of very fine brush strokes. Emphasize the trunk a little bit more, move it more to the grass, add darkness. With the tip of the brush, I add little dry brush strokes. I try to make them smaller. It's all about different styles. Firstly, we painted wet and wet, super big watery brush strokes. Now we painting more and more detailed, basically just dots. So you can add details as long as you're comfortable with. Wait until it all dry and check this once again. First of all, I would like to add a little bit of darker area to separate the lake from the grass part. I will mix viridian with, I believe it's phthalo blue, a little bit of sepia to mute it a bit, make it more natural, emerald, dusty emerald. So I hold my brush almost flat to the surface of the paper, the texture there was pretty creamy, and I just, with a couple of brush strokes, without overthinking, I add this spontaneous bold line. I would like to connect these two parts and add a touch of this yellowish part on the opposite side of the mountain. Once you add these, it's not even horizon lines, but underneath of the mountain, add some details like this, it will look even nicer. And now let's check the tree. I like very much this texture we created with the salt. And now, as a final touch, you can have a look around, see whether you would like to add more of flowers, maybe a couple of small little details around. Try to remember that these all clouds, these all look like big clusters of the flowers, so try to make them round. Try to think about round shape when you paint them. I know that's painting wet and wet, it's a little bit might look complicated because we have not that big amount of time to make decisions, but it allows you to create really fun, nice textures and flow. And maybe in next lessons I can show you how to paint a close-up branch of blossom trees, if you would like to, of course. Just let me know. And if you would like to paint with me, to learn from me, you're very welcome to join my watercolor courses, and the link in the description. Couple of branches with dry brush. Emphasize. Firstly, I will just go underneath of what I already painted, and once I add a dry brush strokes to the final touch, why don't we play a little bit with the toothbrush? You can try to make it with a brush, but I think it works even better with toothbrush. Let's add even more of splashes. I try to protect the area of the lake. Now you can go with the brush and maybe connect some of these splashes as long as they are still wet. Soften them a little bit. Actually very much like how it all created the feeling of petals on the grass. Therefore I will go once again only underneath the tree. So let's remove the tape. Now our blossoming tree is ready. Thank you so much for painting with me. I hope you enjoyed the process. I'm looking forward to know what would you like to paint next. See you soon. Bye bye.